Good morning. I'll call the meeting to order and welcome all of our guests. First item of business is the approval of minutes from the September 7th meeting. You have a copy of those. Does anybody note any errors or omissions? Not a motion to approve. Have a motion to approve and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And I will abstain since I was not here, so the motion carries. Approval of financial statement. You also received a copy of that. Do you have any questions, or is there a motion to approve the financial statement?
Well, I do. Boy, just read that thing.
You do what?
Ask you about what we
You have
owe
a
the
question, or
silver.
you have a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I could get to my question.
That's what I asked.
Yeah, I got a
Questions or-
question.
Okay.
I got a question. What was that about where I just showed it to you? Oh, due to Silver Comet Terminal Partners, $360,000. What is that, Terry?
That's the 2 bond payments that they've already made
Okay, all right. So we owe that back to them?
at some point, yeah.
At some point, okay. I didn't know that. Thank you.
All right, any other?
Terry, could you give an overview of, I see that I'm looking at August 31 to October 13th. It looks like construction in progress went to infrastructure. I mean, is there any way you or somebody can just kind of give an overview of any major
I'm sorry.
items on the statement?
So what was the question?
Well, the one question I had was, it looks like, if I'm looking at August 31, construction in progress, 3 million, and then looks like it's gone, so I guess that
Right,
was
so remember
completed and
at
then
the
moved
last
on.
meeting, we voted to
that's-
declare Phase 1 complete
Okay,
and return the bond residual. And so our construction in progress has now been completed. And so that's now moved to infrastructure.
that's now reflected in the current financials.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. And any other major items that happened from last meeting?
Well, the only other major item, remember, we voted to return the $500,000. You'll see that it's $558,907. And that is still showing on our financials because the county hasn't accepted that money yet. So we've voted to return it, but it will stay on our books until they actually accept it, and then it will be removed, and then our outstanding bond balance will then be reduced once they use that money to pay the.
So that'll be reflected in coming months if it goes through?
Yes.
Okay.
But David, do y'all not want it? I said, do y'all not want it?
We haven't had a meeting since that took
Yeah.
place, so we'll have to formally vote.
All right, is there a motion
I
on,
can only speak for myself, I do.
is there a motion on approval of financial statement?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Airport Director's report.
Okay, so we have onboarded 26,000 gallons against our goal of 200,000, so we've got a ways to go there. We're up 1 on based aircraft, so we're up to 18 aircraft against a goal of 100. Monthly lease is flat at $1,000 for the big hangar for the 3 slots we've got rented there. Total monthly lease income $3,000 against our goal of $10,000 per month. And announcements. This Friday we're having the Paulding County High School STEM Expo. You'll remember that was voted to support that in an earlier meeting. So we're excited to host the Paulding County High School STEM event at the airport. That'll be an all-day event Friday. And then Saturday, the Georgia Tech Flying Club, and they've invited Clemson and Auburn to participate in that. And we haven't heard yet back if Clemson and Auburn are going to be in attendance, but should be a lot of activity Saturday with small aircraft and the young collegiate pilots from those 3 schools. And then the Georgia Airport Association Conference in Jekyll Island is going to be on the 26th through 28th. That's next week, and I do plan to attend that. That'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
For the public, you may want to tell them what STEM stands for.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So that's the trying to get students interested in things that would lead to higher paying jobs for them at graduation.
those
So this is a
disciplines.
very important program for our high school.
And there's a track in the school for those disciplines to help push
All
them
the way
in.
down to the grade schools.
Right. But this particular event is going to be for the high school students.
All right, any,
This area is in charge of that.
any questions? Terry? All right, approval of the DOT wildlife fencing project and to accept the $300,000 in state grant funding. Terry?
Okay, so you will recall that we had previously returned this money to the state because this is involved in our environmental assessment. And the state so badly, the FAA so badly wants us to get this wildlife fence built around the property that they have now agreed to do what's called a category exemption strictly for the fence. So they're going to proceed with the wildlife fence approval, and the FAA and the Georgia DOT have both agreed that they have the ability to do that for us. The state has reinstated that $300,000. I will be asking for a slot on the Board of Commissioners meeting next Tuesday. We'll need their approval to proceed with this, to accept the grant on behalf of the county. But assuming that that happens, then our portion of that will be $100,000. The state will provide $300,000. And I'm proposing that we use the $100,000 that we're being returned this year for our grants last year for projects that we've already paid for. So in a sense, we get a reimbursement for money we've already spent, and I'm recommending that we roll that $100,000 into the fence project so that we can get this done. This is our #1 safety issue at the airport.
So Terry, if for some reason the state did not come through with the $300,000, then that would just kind of...
Oh, it's already approved.
It is
Right, so it's on the good credit of the state of Georgia at this point. So if they don't come through with that, of course, we can't go forward with the project. So it is, of course, contingent on that money being available, but we've been told the money's there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, is there a motion on the recommendation? So moved. Have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
And a second. Any discussion?
How did we come up with $400,000 to build that?
From previous estimates. They'll have to be redone. We're going to have to update we have a set of engineering drawings. We will have to update those and get new estimates based on current bidding, current construction prices. And so if we don't have enough to finish the whole project, we'll have to split it into 2 phases.
So that's a project that will be publicly advertised?
Absolutely, yeah. It's got to be engineered, advertised, bid. So this is the first step. I need your permission to proceed, and then at some point, I will be bringing you bids that you would then evaluate and approve.
All right. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We have a need for closed session for real estate personnel and litigation purposes. Is there a motion to enter executive session for
Motion.
those purposes? Have a motion by Mr. Mason. Is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Kraus. Any discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. All right, report back, no action was taken in executive session. We'll return to the regular meeting. Is there any other business to be brought before the board?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. We are adjourned.
Good week.